Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into my spoiler review for Loki Season 2. If you haven't seen my review of Season 1, definitely worth checking out, I think. But if you're unfamiliar with how these videos work, we go non-spoilers, then spoilers with a bunch of different topics that you can find down below, chapters. And then, of course, Lego Talk, where we're going to talk about, did Lego do anything for Season 2? Nope. Okay, well, what would we like to see them do in the future? Because, oh my goodness, so much potential here. But let's go ahead and let's get started with non-spoilers. I guess let's just start off and say that I had the opportunity, not sponsored, didn't approach me. I just got early tickets to go see Loki and the first two episodes in Toronto. And I had such a great time there. It was just an awesome experience. Everyone, a bunch of people dressed up in costume and just so much fun. But I don't know how those people, like the big reviewers and different things, they were sent 4 episodes, 4 screeners. Man, I was bummed out for those 2 weeks. I'm like, I had to wait 2 weeks to find out what happened. It wasn't week by week. It was, I'm waiting so long for episode 3 to come out because I saw it early. I can't even imagine 4 episodes. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think that it's tough to talk about this show without spoilers, but I guess what I can say is I think they did a really good job of continuing season 2 here from how it ended with season 1. And if you didn't know, season 1 was supposed to have more episodes, and then they wound up just cutting it off at 6 and then greenlighting the second season that we got here. And in some ways it feels a little bit disjointed, which I'll go into with spoilers, I think, of the directions of where they're going. But overall, I had a lot of fun. I think that these characters here, especially some of the one new addition, just so much fun, so much heart, some of the best characters we've gotten. And specifically with Loki, I think that he's just probably the best developed character that we've ever had in the MCU. Probably even the best character, if I had to say, in the MCU. So he's just done so much. He's come such a long way, and to see where he is, especially at the end here, just awesome. Like, just how they have done and taken his character from, this god of mischief, annoyance to Thor and, whiny child, to where he is now. Like, just, it's crazy. So, really, really cool. Let's jump into spoilers. So yeah, I feel like when I watched those first 2 episodes, I was surprised by how quickly they wrap things up in terms of, like, just, I feel like they could have hunted for, like, if it was any other show, I feel like they would have wasted time hunting for Sylvie across multiple episodes, him fixing the time slipping across multiple episodes and different things like that. I know it comes back later on, obviously, but yeah, it's interesting to me as well. Those first episodes, it almost felt like with OB and even that other guard, I'm not going to bother looking up the name, the actor, the Zaniac or whatever. A lot of, like, that felt like you should have known who they were and these relationships that they had. And then there was this general who went rogue and all of these different things. I felt like them even hunting and stopping that could have gone on for so much longer. So it's quite interesting. I feel like in some ways, I kind of wish that we could have gotten a little bit more Loki that way. But at the same time, like, it didn't feel like there was any unnecessary bits. Like, they pruned it quite well. Anyways, I want to talk about Obi. He was just so much fun. Like, just what a great addition to the team, to, Loki's little friends and family group. It was just, he was great. He was so funny, especially I feel like in the 5th episode of seeing who he was on the Sacred Timeline. He was just so funny, like, great. So, I'm so happy for Kiwi Kwan to be back here, to be invited into the MCU, to be playing just such a great role here, and just everything with Victor Timely as well. Boy, just it hurts my brain to think about some of that stuff that they introduced with Victor, and so he came up with these designs, but then, it's, time travel, as Hulk says. It's quite interesting to kind of think about. And then also what the ending meant. So he wasn't given the book. There's new books as well. What's in those books, I guess, I guess because they're not pruning, they need a new objective. I guess maybe it's warning them about the Kang variants and different things. But then, yeah, very, very interesting what they wound up doing. Also, where did Victor go? That Victor must still be out there, right? Because that he's outside of time and space at the TVA. So I don't know. I don't want to think about it too hard. But I guess let's talk about Loki. What am I doing here? Loki was just really great. I wish I didn't have the ending spoiled. Like for the Marvels too. Just everyone was posting it. Loki who remains. Loki who remains. It's like, thank you so much, just everyone everywhere for that. Shout out to everyone who posted that. I appreciate you for ruining that. So yeah, I knew where it was going. I definitely didn't expect He Who Remains to have plotted all this out. I think that was kind of cool to see how he, first of all, had these. Okay, if you follow everything that happens, so he lets Sylvie kill her and then tells Miss Minutes, hey, you gotta go give this book to Victor Timely, and then it's all gonna lead to he's allowing or somehow, you know, Loki's time slipping, and then he knows that Loki's gonna have to make the tough call and kill Sylvie, which means that he will live. Oh my goodness. It's just insanity if you go down all these routes. But yeah, I really enjoyed that he was the villain. Even though from season 1, he was still, you know, pulling the strings behind the scenes of all that. I think that was kind of cool. Like, I think that was a really cool revelation in this final episode. And I remember with season 1, people were like, oh, he just dies. He doesn't do anything. And then we're like, oh, that thing on his hand, like it pauses time and different, like that was just, it was really cool. Like they sort of, I feel like they elevated the season 1 finale here, I think, with this finale. I think that's pretty cool to just think about and go back. And if you watch all 12 episodes now, you're going to have like this complete story. So I really hope that they told the story they wanted to now. I'm always, you know, why not season 3? Go get another Loki. Mobius needs another Loki, right? Just go get another one off the timeline. But yeah, I really enjoyed everything with He Who Remains. Was not expecting that. Victor Timely was, at first I was really annoyed by that performance, but then the sort of love story that we briefly had for the quickest of moments was really cool. Like I really believable and really sweet, and just, yeah, I enjoyed that. And then it took a real dark turn with Miss Minutes. Wow, yeah. Miss Minutes was just nuts. What a highlight, though. Whatever episode that was, 3 or 4, whatever day Spider-Man 2 came out, because I was watching that episode outside in the cold, outside of GameStop, waiting to go in and get Spider-Man 2. So yeah, watching that on my phone, I was just blown away by, oh my gosh, she's crazy. And then even the next episode, when they killed everyone in the shrinking cube, and her faces, just her expressions, oh my goodness gracious, that little clock. But yeah, really crazy. By the way, you could have talked to Miss Minutes on Instagram, by the way. Really cool. Thank you to my friend Michael for telling me about that. That was just such a strange experience. Like, the day the finale came out, I just get a message from the official Loki account, and it's Miss Minutes saying, for all time, always, and then she sends you the clip. Oh my goodness, craziness. So, what else happened here that I want to talk about? Sylvie, I feel like she didn't do too much in terms of, I feel like season 1, they maybe told everything that they needed to for her. Even their relationship, I feel like it didn't progress anywhere, at least romantically. I think that was really, you know, interesting that she just wanted a life. She just wanted this quiet little life. She also, you know, she says something in the finale where she's seen all of these different apocalyptic events, and that's where she hides out in, right? Going back to season 1. So the fact that she is able to live this quiet little life working at the McDonald's, I think that's a nice little story for her. She knows everyone in the town, the bar, she's a regular, different things like that. Mobius, really heartbreaking stuff there. I am curious, like, what happened to his wife and why he's a single father. But yeah, really, really cool to finally get, like, the revelations about the jet skis and different things like that. I think he was just really great. The pie, just all the little moments with Loki across the whole season, specifically even in the finale, I think was really cool to see. I had a lot of fun with him. B-15 and Casey, I don't know. I feel like, specifically with Casey, I feel like he was really elevated a lot more from season 1. And B-15 was really cool here too. Again, going back to like where she's come from season 1 to now, just the characterization of these characters, you really come to appreciate and care for them a lot more here, I think, as you go through. Which I might sound crazy saying this, but I felt that when everyone started to disappear on Loki there, and even to go back one episode where it was very Toy Story 3-esque of the big bright light and everyone gathering around and, this is the end. But then the following episode, when everyone started to disappear and, Mr. Fantastic spaghetti away, I was legitimately, that hit me harder than Infinity War, which you might not understand why, because I remember watching it in the theater, and everyone that was getting dusted was just everyone who had sequels coming out. It's like, wow, you just released Black Panther. It's one of the biggest movies of all time. He's gone. Spider-Man literally has already filmed his sequel. And the Guardians and all of these other people that are disappearing, Strange, and everyone who are literally the future of the MCU are disappearing, and the OG cast is there. So going into Endgame, I was more worried about what's going to happen to them, because obviously they're not going to make it out because they're bringing back everyone who needs the sequels. But that long rant aside, so with Loki, I don't know what's happening with these characters, like this could be it. Like, boom, Mobius is gone, just like that. So that hit a lot harder than Infinity War did, that whole scene, to be honest. Loki continued. Just the fact that he has come this far, that he's now, he doesn't want to be alone. That's what he wants. He's gone from, and we'll circle back to it, he's gone from wanting the throne of Asgard. Then he's like, well, if I can't have that, well, I'm going to go destroy Earth and take away, destroy Midgard because of Thor, that he loves that planet. And then, he's beaten, he's defeated in the Avengers, and then he's thrown onto this journey here. And he, we've obviously seen from the Sacred Timeline that Loki and how much he's grown, but this one had a lot to do as well. And he did that. He's gotten to the place where he's caring for other people besides himself. And that's all he wants. He just doesn't want to be alone. He wants his friends to be okay. And yeah, making the ultimate sacrifice there at the end of he's now forever going to be alone in order for his friends to stay alive, for everyone else on the timeline, the whole multiverse to exist, because he's sitting there. He got his throne, his glorious purpose. Really cool. Like, really great full circle moments there, I think, for him. Let's talk about the future, I guess. There's not too much to really say besides, so the TVA is now hunting down Kang variants, so that's quite interesting. But also, I can't really talk about Deadpool 3 spoilers or different things that's come out for that, but there is going to be, the multiverse and different things in that film. So I'm excited to see, hopefully, some of these people pop up in that and wherever that goes. In terms of a season 3, I can't really see there being one. I don't know how you would do that. Like, Loki's sort of permanently there. Maybe someone can go visit him or something down the line. Maybe we'll see that in a movie or something, or the Watcher, he'll go visit him and talk to him. I don't know, because he's sort of outside of time and space too. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he can project himself. Who knows? But I don't know where things are going to go. I can't really see us getting a season 3, unfortunately. Unless, like I said before, they go and get another Loki and then he works at the TVA, so Mobius can keep doing that, going on fun little adventures with him. I don't know. Maybe there's a new threat to the timeline, and maybe. I don't know. I just want more of these characters. I'm not done with them. I don't know about you guys. I just want more, for sure, from everyone here. Lego talk. Boy, kind of sad that we didn't get anyone in series 2. And, specifically with Mobius, like, I feel like he was just one of the standouts from season 1, and it would have been awesome to get him in series 2. I think it's really sad that he wasn't there. I know that it would have been awesome to get the Loki who remains as a figure, but that obviously would have spoiled it, like I said before. But yeah, that's such a cool design and outfit. I really hope that, in series 3, which I'm sure will happen, I really hope that Loki, gets that in there. I think that'd be so cool to get. This needs a set. I remember when I watched the first 2 episodes, it hit me that just, especially here, I feel like we saw so much more of the TVA, where you've got OB's lab, and then you've got the little section with the pie, and then you've got that long bridge to go across for the device and everything there. So there's just so many rooms, and I look at the color scheme and different things. I'm like, ooh, they could use this color for this piece in the TVA. And then everything else that we saw from season 1 and everything, there's potential here, and I'm sure I said this in the other review, for a playset of the TVA. More so now than ever, because we have all of these really cool rooms that I think would really round out the TVA as a set. Like, there's just so many different places for you to sit. You could do different play features. You've got a prison cell that we saw here, that you could even maybe swap out the interior of that room and then make it like the interrogation room from the first season that we saw in the finale. Different things like that. There's obviously so many characters because we only have Sylvie and Loki. That means that we're missing out on everyone else from the show. So getting them in that set would be really, really cool, I think. And imagine just little Miss Minutes would be so cool to get as well. And yeah, I think that there's definitely potential for them to do that. I could see us, again, maybe getting a fight scene with He Who Remains and Sylvie. I think that could kind of work. It can't be worse than he just gets poked. Compare that to Star Wars, where Anakin's losing limbs and catching on fire. It's not that bad in comparison. But yeah, I really would love a little fight. You could have different play features there from that room. I think would be a lot of fun. Again, I probably said that back with the season 1. These are the 2 sets that I really think that they would work for sure. I don't know what they're waiting on. Like, this is one of their biggest successes. And WandaVision, which also lends itself so well to another set. It's like, what are they doing with the shows? They are probably some of the biggest things from the MCU recently, and they've just dropped the ball. Like, completely missing out here on so much potential. But what did you think, though, of Loki Season 2? Do you have any ideas for other sets that I'm missing out on? Let me know down below. Do you think it could get a Season 3? Comment at all. Check out my review of The Marvels if you want. That came out today as well. So, yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.